Dr. Steve Perry, part motivator, part innovator, and America's most trusted educator. What kind of responsibility comes along with a title like that?
It's a daunting responsibility that folks would use that title to describe me, but fortunately, life is such that they come up with other titles too, so I'll take this one.
One of those other titles could be self-appointed spokesman for a controversial Bush administration education initiative. I want to talk about No Child Left Behind because there have been critics of it. You have publicly said that you support NCLB.
Now that we found so many schools are performing horribly, we need to find more options. We need to look honestly at vouchers. We need to look honestly at other choices. Okay. But to go in any other direction is the wrong way.
Okay. But some people would argue that what we need is not more bureaucratic interference, that we need more homes where education was valued and excellence was expected. And if we paired that with great teachers who had a passion for teaching, a passion for children, and wanted to see those children succeed, then that would be the magic bullet that would fix America's education problem.
That's a lot of ifs. So why not go with the what is?
All right.
What is that the federal government collects tax money from citizens. And one of the reasons is that they do that is to provide children with quality education. George Bush, love him or hate him, decided that if this federal government is going to pay a school additional money to provide additional services, that the federal government should be able to prove that the additional services that they paid for are in fact being rendered. So specifically, after-school programming, Saturday programming, summer programming, support to parents, and overall performance of children. I think we would all accept that black children and white children are born equally and capable, yet and still there's an achievement gap. When we get too far up the road of parents being the problem, we on some level are suggesting that black parents are not as good as white parents, which I don't think that's what we mean. Right. So if that's the case, that we believe that all children are created equal, then they should be performing more closely aligned with their ability than they are with their race.
And with so many American schools failing, Capital Prep is achieving. It's ranked as one of the top schools in the country. 100% of its graduates go on to four-year colleges and universities.
I wish there was something really cool that we were doing. I would take all kinds of credit for it. Right. But the only thing we've done is copy. Okay. All we've done is literally go to the schools that the educators send their kids to, that the people with the money send their kids to. And then we have high expectations. We fully expect that the children in our school are somebody's kids. And since they're somebody's kids, they need to be treated as such, which means, just like I expect my sons to be able to read, write, and compute, I expect if your children went to my school that they do the same thing. I don't think that you are less intelligent than I am or I less intelligent than you.
And there's not just an achievement gap, there's another inequitable hand being dealt to children from disadvantaged circumstances. You also say there's an access gap.
Black, Latino, and poor children in general do not have equal access to quality schools. And if you put anybody in a school that is not doing an effective job of teaching, you'd see that they wouldn't get as much information. It's simply, if you think of the analogy of a hose. You have a wide hose, a lot of water can go through it. You have a narrow hose, only a little bit of water can go through it. Our children are learning through very narrow straws.
Not to mention a systematic exclusion of black males that tend to leave them vulnerable.
Is because of a long-held reputation as being dangerous. It was illegal in this great state to teach black people to read. Right. And it was especially threatening to teach black men to read. It seems like it's still illegal.
Why do you say that?
Because so few are reading on grade level.
We're supposed to get better, but there are people who are supposed to love us who so don't love themselves that they can't love you and give love to you, so they gotta just...
After talking about African-American men, I wanted to change the conversation and ask about African-American women. and have a little fun with the doctor. Most influential.
You can't sidestep Oprah. She's a beast. She's a juggernaut.
That's my answer. Greatest voice of all time.
Patti LaBelle, period.
Love of your life.
That has to be my wife.
Right. Thanks a lot.